reaction after Friday, which we should have got something out of. Paul, your views?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, it's a good reaction because getting 3 points is the important thing. Honest and overall appraisal, I don't think we were brilliant. We was quite fragmented, so there was quite a lot of loose play in our passing and decision making. Fortunately, we had enough in our locker that when we did do the right things, we scored goals and probably should have got a few more. But that was the negative. I thought we was a bit sloppy in our passing and our decision making, and then that made it a harder job in my opinion. Nothing taken away from Romford because I thought they were organised, they worked hard, they caused us a few problems as well, physicality wise. But yeah, we weren't as good as we were, in my opinion, like we was at Malden, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the final ball, especially in the first half, just wasn't there. We were getting it wide, but then the quality of the ball into the box wasn't there.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of that. The decisions of the balls into the front line. Sometimes we forced the ball a bit too long. I mean, yeah, there was a couple that come off. Samo hit a great diag out to Chucks and he couldn't quite bring it in.
Yeah.
But I think we tried to force it a bit too much rather than try and play through the thirds, keep it a bit shorter. And when we did do that, like Callum's goal towards the end, it was a fantastic goal move. And that's what we've got to do a bit more of, really. Keep our game a little bit better in terms of passing and movement.
I think we're moving the ball quicker now.
Yeah.
That to me is the big difference, and that's what people were saying outside, that they're moving the ball that much quicker.
Yeah, I mean it helps when you've got people like Pax playing like he did today. I know Mitch got man of the match, but I thought Joe Paxman was terrific. Probably arguably his best game since he's been here. Not just because of his forward play, his work effort off the ball and his willingness for the team was brilliant. Similar to Danny Gould, obviously the other side, and when you got two boys working so hard, it makes a big difference. So yeah, for me, I thought Pax was brilliant today.
Yeah, and Freddie Moncur offers something different.
Freddie and Mitch are two good footballers. We know they're technical players. They're not going to probably, I hope they don't take this the wrong way, win too many battles at times. That doesn't mean they don't work hard, because they do. But obviously he can find a pass. He tried to thread a few through. Some nearly came off. You could see the vision and what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
We were just pleased to get the amount of time out of him after his dead leg, and didn't really want to sort of push it too far, just in case there was a few people. Danny Sandbridge in gold hurt his back, hence why he wasn't so mobile, so we had to be careful, and we had to take some painkillers at half time. So that the back four had to bear that in mind as well. So I think that unsettled them a little bit.
Jeff and Jack, brilliant, understanding, did really well. Chucky, he's beginning to he's more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young lad, still learning his trade. He's a bit raw around the edges. I moaned at him a little bit tonight because the bit later in the game when he sort of turned and looked to have a shot, he had Mitch that he could have just passed him for an easier thing. So I said, look, you're a striker, you want to score goals, but also there's the team side as well, that decision making. But he's listening, he's learning, and he's improving, which is all you can ask from any young player.
And how is Dave and Danny? Danny seemed to be the worst off of the two.
Danny Gould.
Injuries.
Yeah, he's had an impact, so we really won't know till probably tomorrow or Friday. It was quite a powerful tackle, so it's whether any swelling or any of that. He's moving around gingerly at the moment, so we know 24 hours, I guess, how that is. And what was it, 90?
Yeah.
90 really didn't have to take him off, but he put quite a lot of work in, and again, I just thought he's played a lot of minutes. Just take him off, give him a rest, and ideal time for Callum to come on when he's got so much energy and ability.
Right. You training tomorrow? Just a night session?
No. To be fair, last week I trained Monday, Thursday, and then we had the game Friday. Then we trained Monday this week and played tonight. So I'm actually going to let him have the night off tomorrow. Right. Bear in mind there's 3 or 4 knocks to recover. I normally would, but I've sort of said to them tonight that we're going to give them that extra day to recover, because we know it's going to be a very tough game against Coggeshall.
Yeah, that's another one. And Romford, I think they beat Coggeshall, did they not?
They did earlier on, I mean, Coggeshall, I think Ross Wall's back, and they got some influential players. They've had injuries, so doesn't matter who you play in this league. Everyone's tough. I watched Tilbury Waker in last night. two sides. You know, it was a physical game. You know, Tilbury had that bit of quality with Lewis Smith. I know we don't really want to mention Tilbury on this channel as such, but you know, I'm out there watching games and players and seeing what obviously the opposition are like.
And we ask every week injuries. How are the injuries coming along?
Chuck Kudos will be training fully next week, so he's back in terms of that. Ryan Malore got hamstring, so he's going to be a few weeks, and I think it's to do with more sort of pelvic back area, so that needs to be looked at. Pat's having his injection next week. That takes 2 weeks to settle, so he'll be back in training after that. Lance, obviously, even though we had good news, he hasn't got an operation. He's probably 8 weeks before he starts training. So I think that's about it. You know, obviously we've got Goldie tonight, Danny Sandbridge as well with his back. So you know, hopefully he'll be okay for the weekend.
Happy dressing room.
Oh look, the boys are happy. I mean, if anything, you know, I've just moaned at them for, you know, we won 4-0, and I've moaned at them for being sloppy and a bit fragmented and all that. And you know, they're probably going, oh, well, we just won 4-0 now, you're moaning at us. But that's just, I wanted them to do better. You know, and if they had done it better and improved, that's all I've said to them. Look, you know, no disrespect to Romford, who you know, I've got a little fond spot for Romford as my time now. You know, when you play those opposition, you've got to keep doing the right things, to really kill a side off. And there was at times in the game, you know, they could have got one back, and it could have, and that wouldn't have been unjust to them either, in my opinion.
I mean, Danny pulled off a couple of
one fantastic save,
the one he turned over the bar, and then a block later.
Yeah, with a bad back. So fair play to him.
How did he do that? Is that was that from last week?
I mean, he had a little bit of a stiff neck after the game against Malden, and it seemed to have gone into his back. He's had treatment, seemed to relieve it, and then during the first half it all tightened up again. So hence why he wasn't his sort of normal sort of vocal self. He was feeling it a bit.
Well, we got a good backup in young
Sam. Yeah, most definitely. I've told Sam, to be fair, I've told him not to train tomorrow, purely on the basis I don't want him getting injured.
No.
Because, you know, there could be a fair chance that we'll be travelling with us at the weekend.
And another youngster, young Callum, took his cold extremely well.
Look, Callum has got so much ability. Yeah, and it's tough for him when you've got a technical player like that not to have him in the side and starting. But the side has been playing well. There's competition in places. They know, you know, they look at the bench tonight. You know, you got Jordan Westcott, who done really well at Malden when he come on, but I didn't start him. You know, he's been with us a short time. You've got Callum with ability. You've got Joseph with pace and ability. You've got Lewis Clark, experienced centre half. You know, he's been one of our leaders really. You know, not on the pitch. So this is what it's doing. It's putting the 11 under pressure.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Hopefully, keep going.
Happy days.
Happy days. Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.